Hey, we have another reaction because I reacted late as fuck. But there's Teemo, and I saw that there's also this dev update, so I'm gonna react to that too. I did already see it. I know what's going on. I wasn't working. I'm like, oh shit, Teemo. So I saw the video, bro. Teemo. Yeah, this trailer was hilarious. Actually, it was a little unhinged. But you know what? We're hanging out. He looks great, by the way. I love the way Teemo looks. I'm not a Teemo fan at all. I'm not like a Teemo hater. I know people love to hate on Teemo. I don't care. Like every time I see a Teemo when I'm playing League, I do call them Tito, but that's it. I just give him a little bit of shit, and that's it. I think the whole Teemo hate is blown out of proportion. He's not that bad. I'm a support main. I have Sweeper. He's not an issue for me. But I think he looks really good in this. I think he looks very 3D because you know, I've been playing League for a long time. Teemo does not look good in League. He's like this little creature. But here he looks he looks good. I love the way he looks. Whatever, we'll keep talking. He's super expressive. He's too expressive. So good, dude. They gave him so much. I don't know what this leaf thing is. He doesn't do that in the game. He's maps, I guess. That looks annoying. I don't know why he needs so many projectiles, but hey. Well, I guess we'll see it later. It's a thing he doesn't do. He doesn't teleport. He doesn't place bushes. He doesn't do a sonic spin thing. Hey, fuck it. I guess that's what they expect Teemo to do. In lore, I guess. It's so funny. This is cursed as fuck. I hope this is not in the game. I hate that image. I've heard about these badges. I'm not really sure what's going on, but we'll take a look. This shit. This shit got me so good when I first saw it. I did not expect it. Because I saw the other edits. I saw this shit. I'm like, what is happening? And I saw this one with the Braum scream. I'm like, okay, they're kind of going a little silly with the memes, but it's Teemo, I guess. Not that Memo's that Memo, what the fuck? Not that Teemo's that big of a meme. He's just kind of annoying, and people just took it overboard. I think he's not actually that memeable or anything. He's just Teemo. This trailer went about and beyond, and this shit I did not expect. The random Japanese fucking got me. This is funny. Oh yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, why? Yeah, this shit. Yeah, I saw this. I didn't understand why, they needed to give Teemo a manually controlled rocket spam, not rocket spam, but projectile spam super. I'm like, who's fucking flying out here? People aren't really super jumping. We're not fighting way up high in 2XKO. I never really saw that too much. Besides Yasuo, because he's dashing around. But even then, he's trying to bring you down, you know. But yeah, I saw this. Look how expressive he is. It's crazy. I wish every character had that shit. He's so funny. He's so funny looking. But yeah, I saw this shit. Obviously, he's got the little float thing, and he gets pretty up there. This little stick, the bamboo stick. Boom, 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 boom. He's air comboing, bro. So I saw that. I'm like, oh, it makes sense now. He's flying up there. You get characters like this every once in a while. They've been putting what's her name? Akira, I think, from Street Fighter. Nah, she's not from Street Fighter, but in Street Fighter 5, she's from rival schools. But they put her in Street Fighter 5, and she was way up there. They literally had to add more to the stages because she flew up so high. Because some games, old Marvel games, did this where you had to fly up, and then there's just a little arrow at the bottom to show oh, one of your characters down there. That to me is the crazy movement and shit. That's Marvel to me. But Teemo's kind of bringing it a little bit with his combo at least. It's not a neutral thing. It doesn't look like it, where he's really up there. This little run, by the way. You saw that shit? His little charge up here. This shit confused me when I first saw it. He went invisible straight up. It looks like a taunt. It looks like that's a thing with a taunt, but he could just kind of do that, can't he? And I don't know what the fuck's happening up there. Maybe super? I don't know. He's super expressive. I don't know what this is. This is neither a League thing or a fighting game thing. I don't know. There's just egg. Question mark thing. Or question mark spam. Very League. This shit. He goes invisible. I think I missed this the first couple times I saw it. And one time I was looking back and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? He's invisible here. And he's like, if you follow my mouse, he's like around here and he's jumping like here and attacking. And he jumps over again. And then there he is. He went, whoop, smack. That's fucked up, dude. I don't know about that one. Unless it's like a taunt thing. And even then, it's like, hey, brother. Normally I'd be bitching about this a lot more, even though I'm still kind of like, I don't know, man. But like, I think it might be okay. Because like in BB Tag, the active switch is pretty fast. And it's kind of like hard to see unless you're like really like on it, you know, and you like played the game a bunch. But I think in this game, the handshake tag is what they're calling it. That's what the active switch is. It's like so slow and it's so loud and it's so visibly like I am switching dudes right now. It's like very noticeable and slow. Then I feel like you can do it. You know, Teemo's doing some shit, but there's also some weird stuff where you can like have your character do stuff after you've tagged. So it's a little like, So it's kind of, I'm kind of like 50-50 on this. I'm kind of like, Be careful about it. That's the thing. And this, yeah, mushrooms. For the fighting game people, I'm sure you've seen it by now, but yeah, Teemo, he's just an annoying little shit. He just puts mushrooms down and then they go invisible. So then you kind of just walking around and then run into them and they explode on you. And they're poisonous, so they don't just explode, they explode and then you're poisoned. And then you run into another one and it kind of refreshes it. He's like a low elo, like terrorist. Low elo players, they're still figuring out the game. They don't know how to like use vision and stuff, and vision's like a big part of the game. And so it kind of fucks with them. So a lot of people just kind of wander around aimlessly and they just kind of run into the Teemo shrooms. They get to a point where they're like, I'm scared to move because I don't know where the shrooms are. And then that's when like Teemo will pop up and like shoot you down or whatever. This is not a very common problem if you know what you're doing. I think this is like a low elo thing. I've never really had like a Teemo problem in like years and years. It's been like forever where I was in a situation where I was like, oh shit, there might be a Teemo shroom, you know? Or if I did, it was like after a team fight and I'm kind of walking away and I'm like, oh, maybe I should just back. He's not that big a deal. He's just kind of an asshole, and League of Legends players like to cry a lot.
Hey, you earned the losing badge.
He's not that bad. But there's a bunch of memes about like, you know, Teemo's like Satan. He has like a Satan skin or whatever, or demonic skin. This is sick as fuck, by the way. This is Evo 37 moment reference. You gotta have him. He had the same like parry pose as Ken. That's funny. Same like air combo kind of thing. Yeah, it's funny. That's funny as fuck. I love the buff ass dude. Put him in League, bro. Great trailer. Great trailer. I love it. We're doing this one now though. Talk about Teemo. Look at his face. Oh shit. Loaded in. He's so good, dude. He was kind of teased, by the way. They've been adding this like little Teemo dude in the background of some videos. This is funny though. This little setup.
Finally, Teemo.
Vito.
Our kit in 2XKO really takes an inspiration from what we thought or what we imagined how his daily life as a Yordle, as a Bandle scout would look like. In result, we have Teemo using like devices to help him float, to get around trains, and we have shovels to dig up some treasures or whatever.
So before, let me just clear up the air on Teemo. Yeah, Teemo's basically like a Boy Scout, and he's trying to get like his badges. That's like his whole deal. Like lore-wise, they kind of play into like the meme of him being like a troublemaker, like laying all these mushrooms. This is new lore. This isn't a thing. Before, he just kind of did this shit. He just kind of threw mushrooms because, like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he literally has the mushroom ability because the old League of Legends apps were like fucking stoners. And they thought the fucking old ass like Badger mushroom video was fucking hilarious, I guess. And he's kind of like a badger, so they just gave him mushroom abilities. And that's it. That's like the actual Teemo lore. But, you know, recently they're like trying to give shit reasons, even though they're fucking stupid. Like the new lore, which like League of Legends recycles its lore like every other year, it feels like. Shit just changes. Except Shaco, I guess. The new lore is he just spreads these mushrooms because they're like endangered, I guess. But he doesn't know that they're explosive. So people just die, I guess. And that's like the new lore with Teemo. He's just a silly little dude. He's trying to get his badges or whatever. People respect him. Not people. Yordles respect him because he's just a good guy, generally. But he's kind of fucking around. That's it. He's just a dude. He's just a little dude. I should probably talk about in-game. He's more annoying in-game. That's kind of where his like personality, I guess, comes from. This like idea of him comes from. He's a top laner. Top laner is like Darius. Darius is a top laner. He's like a very generic top laner. Just big buff dude who fights people is like what top laners are. Like Ilawi is a top laner. Just big and buff. and they fight. And then there's Teemo. He's also up there. Obviously, Teemo's not big and buff. He's not a fighter, but he's got the blow dart, so he's like a range character. And so that's what makes him like a fighting force in the top lane. And people hate that shit because he's annoying because he can hit them and then they can't hit him. And Teemo also has like a blinding dart, which basically just means that when you attack Teemo, you're blind, so you can't actually hit him. You do the animation and everything, but you're not dealing any damage. And so even when you get to Teemo, he'll blind you and then you can't fight him. You have to like really wait it out a bit. That's like the annoying part of Teemo. That and then the shroom shit. But that's why people actually dislike Teemo or think he's annoying. Because he's annoying to fight. If you catch him, he's like fucked pretty much. He doesn't have any like real tools besides the blind and the mushrooms. And even then, he doesn't always have the mushrooms.
To get around trains, and we have
there's a lot of shit. Like he doesn't have these fireballs. He doesn't have like giant mushrooms. A couple years ago, they gave him the ability to like bounce mushrooms, and then that was like whoa. You know, so that's like the thing with Teemo. He's not actually that big a deal. But like in like marketing and shit, yeah. Like look, the hats are everywhere.
Little character, and in fighting games, that usually becomes a big issue for the opponent.
Yeah, the rats. Yeah. So for League of Legends people, we have these things called rats in fighting games. A rat is basically just a small ass character, and we call them rats because they're hard to hit. A rat is just fucking small, and some of the attack, like a lot of attacks, just kind of go over them. And even when you get them in a combo, your normal combo doesn't work on them and stuff. That's like the main concern with fighting game people with like the yordles is that they're so small. So you're like, oh fuck, I have to like learn all this new shit for the yordles, right? But here they're talking about like he's not actually that short. They made him a little taller, like hitbox wise, so he functions as like an actual character.
Small, tiny little character.
So he's just aesthetically a rat. He's not actually like a rat ass character.
The opponent, there's
so like very much visually, that punch should not be hitting Teemo, but it is. So we're like, okay, we're good. I think there might be some actual things that might be weird about him, but he's not as bad as we thought he would be. At least I did.
I think y'all found this really good balance. We're like, Teemo is shorter. There are some options with against Teemo.
Literally what I said.
They are pretty rare. We've been telling you for ages, like, we want to find a way to put yordles in the game, and guess what? Dear reader, we did.
I don't know if they said they wanted Yordle specifically. I know they said they're like, oh, we're taking into account like the sizes and everything of characters.
Okay.
Diversity and shit.
Teemo's kid a little bit. Let me.
I would prefer Gnar. I think I've talked about it. Gnar, he's cool. He's like a little shitty little caveman Yordle. Yordles are generally pretty fucking smart, but Gnar's like a caveman. He was like frozen in ice, and then he like thawed out in modern day. His thing is he like hulks out when he gets pissed. He like turns into a big rah monster man. Other than Gnar, Rumble would be cool. Rumble is kind of like a junkyard genius. He just piles a bunch of shit together, builds something cool out of it. He's got like a robot mech thing that he rides on, so he'd be pretty tall actually. He's got like a flamethrower and he shoots missiles and shit. He's cool. A lot of people are talking about Kled. Kled is like this tough as fuck like hillbilly, like war veteran hillbilly Yordle who like hates everyone. Literally on every character there's like a page that says like all their allies and enemies. Literally every champion is marked as Kled's enemy, including Kled. He has one ally, which is like, he's got a mount, which is like this weird like lizard dinosaur thing called Scarl. And that's like his one ally. And even then he's like bitching about him half the time. So he's literally like a deranged hillbilly. He would have been pretty fucking funny, I think. So those Yordles, I think I would have taken more, maybe Lulu, she would have been cool. I'm a support man, I'm biased. Teemo is the Yordle. He's like the representation of the race or whatever. So yeah, it makes sense.
He's bread and butter. It is the mushrooms.
Delicious.
Yeah, mushrooms.
Or his mushrooms too.
I like the dudes walking through the portal. This is Vandal City, by the way, lore stuff. This is Vandal City. This is like the icon of Vandal City. But these Yordles dudes, they make these weird portals to like anywhere. Like anything could be a portal for these motherfuckers. Literally like a helmet on the ground can be there. And they'll just like explode out of it. And then the helmet will just kind of fix itself back into like a helmet. They have like weird Yordle magic that no one really knows what the fuck is happening. This is not what I wanted to talk about. This just came up. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about a fighting game thing. I don't know how I got into a League of Legends thing. Traps are a thing. A trap is just like a thing that's set there. And it'll trigger like when the opponent touches it or something. Basically a trap character is they just fill the screen with shit. Not just like projectiles that they shoot, but it's like something that stays there. And that's like annoying to deal with. That's what we would call like a trap character. Some might say like a trap zone or whatever. The mushrooms, yeah, when I saw the mushrooms, I'm like, oh, he's like a trap character, especially with like the little slingshot fireball thing he's got and the darts. It's like, oh, he's like very much projectile, like trap, just fill the screen with shit.
It's not really just a trap either for Teemo. Teemo has
a lot of expressions
for his mushrooms too. As you can see, Teemo can pretty easily set up his shop or his
so I'm like hitting him around.
You can see it also goes away after 7 seconds of inactivity.
7 seconds sounds like a lot.
Eternity in game time.
Yeah.
If you place a mushroom on top of another mushroom, it bounces on top of it. it.
It's a weak
and
bounce.
It jumps forward towards your
Yeah,
opponent.
okay, that's not bad.
It has its
He's
own
a booty bomb.
purposes, like a combo window move.
Peaky
But
drop,
if you
yeah,
use it
sure.
with the mushroom, he jumps up and he can move here. He's free to move afterwards.
So that's when he bounces.
Another interaction.
Was that a balloon's ass? Not balloons. Balloon
So,
fight?
and
You guys remember balloon fight? Isn't that the move? The animation that plays when you like
can
get
move
popped?
here. He's free to move
For
afterwards.
this, he's like falling. Isn't that what they do in like balloon fight?
First icon is the mushroom badge.
Mm-hmm.
And as Teemo uses mushroom and explodes the mushroom, it keeps filling up.
Just
and
using it?
You know, keeps
Using
gaining
and, like,
badges,
popping it,
and
or-
once he levels
Yeah.
up,
Or block
he gains
even?
the ability to spawn poison,
Poison.
cloud from hitting that
Okay,
is a
cool.
poisonous mushroom. And
No. And the haze stays there, so you get poisoned
if
if
the
you walk
opponent
into it.
stays inside the poison cloud, the opponent gets poisoned.
Layers of
Does that take out
It's
health or
poison,
yeah, that's health. I
and-
thought it would take out recoverable health, but no, it's health.
They suffer.
We've got dual layers of annoying here. Screen filling up with mushrooms. You try to
And
break them,
poison.
and you're still holding that poison. And that's really like, in my mind, that is like the core. Like Teemo has a bunch
It's
of
like
fun
chip
tools.
damage. He's like chip damage trap zoner kind of a character. I could deal with that. That's all right.
He's got a lot of fun toys to play with, but the mushroom is really like the thing that defines his identity more than anything, right?
I feel like if they just made his kit around that, that would have been enough. But he's got a lot of other shit, so I'm kind of like,
And
The bushes
dart
is like,
on
right?
his kid is his L normal. So this is his light attack. You can
That's his
press light
light
consecutively
projectile
and Teemo shoots
normal?
darts up to 3 times at a time. Like this.
Projectile normals.
that's
Let's
a little
go.
fucked.
Yeah, it is quite a strong tool, and we think
Yeah.
this is like one of the defining features.
Yeah,
for
that very much
finding
is.
ways- Poison dart.
More
Poison
push.
lights
More
are
poison, yeah.
a little
He gains the poison dart
cursed,
on-
especially if he keeps them. If he like switch badges, I'd be like, okay, maybe it's not so bad. But he keeps them both. I'm like,
out of
damn.
3, and you can shoot farther,
Uh-huh.
and you can also do this in the air.
Oh, he's got a little
This is
reticle.
the
That's
only
cool.
projectile that reach full screen, and it also
Full screen.
has like I couldn't show, and this is the interaction with S1.
That's a little much,
It
I
really
think.
extends, like,
That was a little nuts, bro.
time for a slingshot bullet.
It's a lot of shit
It
to
really
dodge.
helps the rock once
He
it
has a
bounces
light
on the
projectile,
mushroom,
okay?
the
You need to
opponent will
chill.
car.
You know, you always were saying, hey, it's really important for him to have some long range tools so that he can get that pressure up to
Some long range tools. He has many.
actually move the
So these badges, they persist across rounds. So
Oh,
once you
no.
get these badges or charge of 4+1, he runs in place, gains momentum, and on release, he shoots himself forward.
You
It's not.
imagine just
It's not like an
demolish
engage kind of thing. You're just doing it
Demolish your
combo.
thing.
That's very much not a thing he does in League. He has like a speed up button where he runs a little faster. I guess that's where like the running thing comes from. But
The
sure.
last special he has, one unique mechanic that he has is done by just
There's
crouching
many.
down, sitting still.
It's
He
not even
presses
time. It's just
down,
crouch. That's
and
fine.
this is, and while he's invisible, he is free to move.
Okay, yeah. So this is a thing in League. Teemo does just kind of randomly go invisible for some reason. The way it works in League is if he just stands still, he'll go invisible. Or if he's inside a bush, and bushes are like a big thing in League. They like block vision, so you can hide in a bush. Not even if you're Teemo, anyone can do that. Vi can just hide in the bush. But Teemo, since he goes invisible, and bushes already hide you, when he's invisible in a bush, he can move around and stay invisible. Otherwise, if he's outside a bush and he goes invisible, he's like, you know, if he moves, he instantly pops out and he's visible. But here, he just turns invisible on the open and he could still move. I think it'd be cool if they gave him like a little, like, some kind of effect so you can kind of see where he is. Because even, you know, when shit's happening on the screen, when there's like assists flying and like, you know, you're in it, it's going to be hard to see even if he's like a little shimmer. I think that'll still be hard to see. So I think full invisibility like that is like slightly rough, but eh.
And another unique mechanic I want to mention for Teemo is the parachute.
Another unique mechanic. He has so much, dude.
Parachute.
Sure. I
And
don't
when you
have
this
too
parachute
much of a
deployed,
problem
you
with
can
this.
move plants
The bush,
across
the
grass on
faded
ground,
League
and
bush.
It grows over time.
Generally, just so you know, League of Legends players, fighting game players generally don't like shit like this. They don't like it when things cover the screen like that. Watching people's feet is kind of a big deal, so you can kind of see like the range and stuff like that. Kind of in League, how you kind of gauge people's like distance and ability speed and stuff. You can like dodge things. Fighting games use like feet distance to gauge attack distance and shit. This is more of a Street Fighter thing because Street Fighter and games like it are like slower. And so like the small distances kind of matter more. They call it like footsies. They're like, oh, this game has footsies. This game doesn't have footsies. It's whatever. But a game like this, like 2SKO, it's like way more chaotic. So this is nowhere near as impactful, I think, as it would be in like another game. It still is though, because like, you know, you can't tell exactly where Vi is, and it's a little like, it can be a little rough, but generally I don't think it'll be too big a problem. Especially if you can just attack the bush or something. I don't think that's gonna happen. though.
Targless.
If you like don't remember the grass was behind you, for example.
Yeah, and like, what if there's two Teemos? Like, whose grass is whose? You know?
Like Teemo just goes behind you and just hits you real quick from.
That seems like a bit of an issue if there's like projectile shit, because you can set up the grass and then like run away projectiles and like just run away with that shit, trap some projectiles. And then what if you like call assist, like a projectile assist, and then instantly teleport? The screen's gonna shift like way to the other side, and the opponent's not gonna see like how far the rocket is or whatever. That seems pretty fucked to me. That's a little like, holy shit.
His leaf copter, he flies around in it, and he
Leaf copter's not a thing. They just made shit up. That doesn't seem like too bad. It doesn't seem too bad, but maybe if you like upgrade his darts, they're like poison darts, and maybe then it'll fuck you up.
Just surprise.
Dude, just super
a
two.
big mushroom.
Yeah, big mushroom.
Yeah, in principle, it works pretty similar to
Multi-hit.
regular mushrooms, where it's just
So like that into invisibility. Let's crank Teemo, pull him in, like, or do the super, pull him in, go invisible, fuck shit up.
shovel the big mushroom. He keeps going forward.
Oh, that didn't sound too good. I'm sure people will do it as like a force the opponent to do something kind of a thing. Doesn't sound too great. I feel like Teemo would probably prefer to like get some kind of block situation and then do some kind of setup with the mushroom. Cannon, by the way, or like robot cannon or something. He looks weird. This guy. He's another League of Legends champion. He is like the ninja yordle.
When you pull
super
Teemo
assist.
for super assist, he comes in from the air.
Oh,
So that's just a new super entirely.
it's so impressive.
And he goes
That's
through the entire
crazy.
screen.
There's a lot of just like neutral supers that just win. This is neutral, by the way. When like nothing's really going on, people aren't really getting hit or blocking or anything. Everyone's trying to get like the first hit. That's neutral.
Because there are gaps in between, you can like cross them up. Yeah.
I don't know about cross up. I'm not worried about it crossing up. I'm worried about it just dominates airspace. Every space, it drops. I
Yeah,
think
glad you pointed it out.
Teemo wouldn't be a
That's
very
another
good
thing we want to
beginner
make sure on
character.
Teemo's-
I think it'll be good like beginner versus beginner, because you could just throw shit out and the other player's gonna be like, what the fuck do I do? But against like beginner versus like even like a semi-competent player, I don't think it'll be that bad. But, like a competent player versus competent player, I feel like this is like, what do I do? But like actually. Okay, well, like my question when I'm seeing this, if I'm playing like Echo and I throw Time Winder, can he just like mushroom it? Will it be like a fireball clash and then I'm fucked? Or are the mushrooms like weak as shit? And I can just throw the Time Winder and it'll like blow through the mushroom. Same with his lights, his light projectiles. If you could just dart and like eat up my projectile and then have two more follow it, it's like slightly fucked, because then he could just always be any projectile with like a mushroom or dart plus like assist, like blitzcrank, air assist or whatever, or like Darius assist or whatever. I have to play like his game and then bait something out. Yeah, I don't know if he's really like missing anything. Usually trap characters, they kind of lack something. Usually it's very often like damage. It's like a lot. It's a lot to deal with. His mushroom super and his like assist super is like, I don't like it. It's just too much screen space and it just keeps going. I don't think there's a very clear way. Like obviously it's like if you get around it, then like he's probably in trouble. But like how the fuck? Like imagine this with like Braum assist super. Just in my head, it sounds pretty rough. When I first saw the trailer, when I saw the announcement trailer, I thought he would be a little tricky. His projectile seems like a little like annoying, but like, you know, that's his character, like archetype in a fighting game. I get it. But now that I see all of it, I'm like, the darts are just lights, and he gets 3 of them, and he can just kind of angle them and jump around a bunch. Plus like the rocks, and he gets a bunch of angles on those, and then the mushrooms bouncing and the rocks bouncing on the mushrooms and shit. You know, it's a gauntlet, dude. It's way too much. I feel like. And like you're like getting shit for this, at least with the mushrooms. If they block it, they like upgrade them. Because like right now, I can't imagine too many things, like too many things, really getting through it unless you do have like a screen clearing super. Like I wonder how that would interact with it. Again, I want to see how projectiles interact with it, because they have a thing in fighting games. There's like a thing called like projectile levels, where like maybe 2 characters choose some kind of projectile, but like one is like stronger than the other. And so when they clash, the stronger one like eats the smaller one, and then it keeps going. I wonder if that's in the game. You know, I would like to see more details on exactly how Teemo's attacks work, not just like the idea of them, but like interaction per interaction, like what actually happens, you know? I don't think he needs the invisibility if he's got all that other shit. I think he's just cruising. But, you know, that's Teemo. I guess that's what they want. It does look like he'll have like weaker combos. His damage from stuff doesn't seem too big, but like, you know, I'm sure some crazy shit's gonna be found with Teemo. I think the damage in the game needs to be like lowered. And so if that happens and then Teemo's damage just looks like this already and it gets lowered more, I'm like, okay, maybe the projectile spam is like, all right. But even then, I feel like it'd just be annoying. We'll see. Obviously, they can still update the game a ton when the game's out. But they're going a little crazy with this one, I think. The other ones I kind of get it. Because like Ilaoi feels really overwhelming in her, Super 2. When she's got the tentacles and like double tag or something, or like double handshake or whatever. It's like in a very specific scenario. Teemo's scenario is like, it's also very overwhelming, like potentially, but it's like whenever. He doesn't really need anything to do it. He just kind of does it. He needs like a little bit of time. Yeah, so that's my Teemo reaction. Like and subscribe. I'm like losing my voice slowly. Go play the game. It's free. So yeah, go play. All right. Bye. Like and subscribe. Bye bye.